Hello, everyone. So, something I've thought and talked a lot about for my channel, especially more recently, as I've gotten a better idea of what I value and my vision for the channel and how I want to go about things. I guess today I kind of realized something, and basically last night it was really windy. It still is really windy. Sorry if it's too windy for you to hear me. But I had a dream about someone who was very close to me and is no longer here. Probably very few of you have been around long enough or have seen videos where I kind of journaled this or talked about this, but last year around like April or May is when I made some videos sort of processing and talking about this stuff. And basically it was the first time I lost someone. And for the first time in a while, I had a dream about them yesterday. And I guess like in that dream, she was alive and seemed well. When she was passing, she had cancer and was very thin, very unhealthy, but in the dream she was quite plump and seemed to be well fed and was in line for food at like a cafeteria or something. And dreams are weird. It was a bit strange, nonsensical. At another point I'm I guess visiting her house or something. I'm like at a mansion and like the neighbor calls the cops on me for rolling up on my motorcycle. She thinks it's very strange I'm there, and then I have to kind of deal with the cops for a bit. But then I go inside, and all I really remember is I was like texting my past friend in the dream, or for some reason I knew she was either dead or dying. And I remember there was a big coffin in the house. And I guess the details of the dream weren't super relevant, but I guess I bring it up because when I woke up, I remember thinking like, damn, like like that was just a dream. She's not still here. And that really sucked. And maybe you're asking why why am I talking about this? Why am I making a video about this? And it has a few key factors of things that a lot of people say no one wants to hear about. I had this conversation with a friend about like dreams. A lot of people say like that no one wants to hear you talk about your dreams. which I feel like is a little toxic. I want to hear people talk about their dreams. And, as I say that out loud, now that I think about it, that kind of has a double meaning. It's not just about your dreams, like, in your sleep, in your mind, that, like, are a bit strange and nonsensical. I feel like people have a similar attitude of real dreams. Like dreaming a huge vision or a huge goal for your life, for your career, for some sort of project or passion or lifestyle or what have you. Wow, that's actually quite incredible, that parallel. Because, what I realized was, in large part, recently I've finally feel like I've reached the point where I have that vision, I have that dream, and I'm really, like, trying to make it a reality. I'm working on it, I want to make YouTube a full-time career, whether that's through travel vlogs or podcasts or these ponderings of mine. I want to make YouTube my full-time career. And the reason that ties in is, I realize it's been a long many weeks or months since I really felt a wave of the grief and thought about my friend that passed last year. And I realized when she was still around, she was highly she was very, very supportive, very very encouraging, and she was one of my best friends. And I feel like early on, when I first started traveling and exploring with the idea of making a YouTube channel, and when I made my YouTube channel, she was very, very interested, very supportive, and just a good friend. And I guess I realized, like, it really sucks that I can't really share with her the updates, the progress I've made, the growth I've had personally through my channel, in my life, in my relationships. And I guess it just made me remember, like, she was a really big part of why I felt the urgency, the necessity to make this channel and to pursue my dreams. And I think it's taken me such a long time to be able to say that out loud, to be able to say it to a camera, knowing that I will surely share this online, especially with how generally I've perceived, I feel like in the past I've seen on Instagram and stuff, people really can get shit on and dragged and criticized and judged, hated for making a video of this nature, where people kind of shit on you for faking it, for using someone's, I don't know, all sorts of shit right? Saying alligator tears, all that type of shit, you know? But I mean, fuck that. I'm glad I'm at a point where that no longer sways or controls me. But, you know, a huge part of my vision for this channel is being real. And, you know, oh gosh. Whether that's for my travel vlogs or otherwise. And, you know, one of the things that I feel like you don't see so much, or at least I don't, on YouTube or even vlogs or stuff, you know, I feel like you don't always see like the vulnerable or emotional parts, you know, of someone's experience. And I'm someone that I don't know whether people would think this or not, expect it or not, but I'm someone that is a very emotional person. I feel things quite deeply. I see things quite deeply. I experience things quite deeply. And, you know, for my channel, I want to, I'm sure I'm sure there will be times when I'm traveling and something makes me cry. Actually, the video before this, I think I tear up at the end a bit. And, you know, part of that made me realize, like, I realize I feel more comfortable being authentic behind the camera, being able to show emotion. Although I was still a little kind of reluctant and, you know, kind of coping with laughter, as maybe I am now. But, you know, I want to be a vulnerable person. I think it's hard to. It's very difficult to. Obviously, I mean, because you're vulnerable, you're sharing vulnerable things, and people can really drag you and shit on you for that. But I don't want that to stop me. And yeah, I want to be honest in that aspect too, emotionally honest and authentic, sort of as I am now. And you know, I feel like it was important for me to, I knew at the back of my head I didn't want to make this. I was scared of the judgment and all sorts of things, but, you know, now as I'm doing it, I know it was the right decision. And, you know, I feel like I've spoken on this a few times, but I think now as I've made so much more progress, as I've figured out myself and my journey and my dreams, my vision, my truth, I realize I've come a long way since I've last talked about this. And you know, I wouldn't be where I am without this friend of mine that passed. Her name was Alice. And you know, Alice, a huge part of what she influenced for me was, you know, she was, I think, 60 when she passed. And she had a lot more life to live. A lot more life she wanted to live. More things she wanted to see, more things she wanted to do. But she never had the chance to. Although she was grateful for everything she did get to experience. And, you know, I think it came at a time where I realized, like, I wasn't pursuing what I really wanted. I was scared. I was afraid. Afraid of failing, afraid of judgment, afraid of criticism, all sorts of things. And her loss, I often describe those months as some of the hardest, but also some of the most important and most fundamentally life-changing. Because I had a lot of really deep reflection, really honest conversations with myself. Reflections. I think I said that. And, I realized I was taking life for granted. And there's so much more I wanted to do. And I'm very proud of myself for how much closer I've gotten. I feel like I've come too far to give up now. And I'm excited to see what comes. Oh. And my fingers are frozen. They're freezing. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I wanted to honor my friend Alice and I guess just be honest and raw about this. Grief is something that's very hard and very difficult to navigate, and I think it's not talked about very much. I think there's a lot of people who wear a mask in their day-to-day life, me included, and that's part of what this channel and what this is all about. I've worked with my therapist to come up with a why statement, which I've mentioned it in my Instagram, but I think for the first time to commemorate this moment, I'll share it here. If I can remember. I've just put myself on the spot. But my mission, my goal is to inspire people to be more curious, connected, and understanding of themselves, each other, and the world around them. So that they may live a more fulfilling and authentic life, be unafraid to dream, and be unrelenting in the pursuit of their dreams. I guess when it comes down to it, that is my why. That is my purpose, my meaning, both in my life and in this channel. And, I guess all in all, everything comes back down to those two sentences. Although, there's other aspects to it. But yeah, I guess at the end of the day, that's what I had in mind when I created this channel. And that's what I plan to stick to and to keep doing. So, yeah. I always feel weird about making these videos sometimes. They're very awkward, especially knowing that friends and family will see them. But it's true, it's authentic, it's real. And whether it's me talking about my life, me talking to someone else, or me showing you the world and my experience of it, I need it to be real. I need it to be authentic. And I hope and think that will influence the world in a very positive way. And Alice certainly influenced me and influenced the world in a very positive way too. So, yeah. I hope that helps. And let me take off my gloves so I can end this video. My hands are freezing. Alright. I'm not really religious, so I hesitate to say rest in peace Alice, but obviously rest in peace Alice. Whether she exists somewhere or not, she exists in my heart, and that's all that matters. And I hope that her influence on me and my influence on you can help you to live a better life. Alright, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. Peace.